Welcome, Jinki's family, to this 21st Jinki transmission. This energy today, we're stepping into this energy today, and it's going to be with us next 6 days. And this is a journey from control to Valour. And this is a path of activating an inner authority. And I think we all, especially nowadays, we need to connect with this inner authority and to discover what does it mean to live from this authenticity, not relying on external forces, but from this inner power. And this key is very deep physiologically, it also connects with lungs, with heart, and it creates of us a process of control and management and discipline. If it's too much discipline, we create too much tension, and then there is no space, no room in our life for spontaneous processes, for flow, for energy. If it is too less control, too less discipline, let's say, there is no discipline, then we can't make anything happen. We can't drive the energy. And we're just always in, let's say, spontaneous processes, but nothing is happening. So this key is raising the question of how to find a right balance between these two aspects of our life, between flow and structure. What is the right discipline, and what does it mean to live from authority and authenticity? And of course, I have the tea today, tea with me to support this transmission. I'm gonna make little pauses from time to time to enjoy this drink and enjoy the contemplation, because I'm also invite you into the contemplation. I invite you to feel your energy, to feel how this reflects in you, what's going on in your body, in your system, and how this, what creates the response, and what are your journey from control to authority and to value. When the first Jinki, if we look at human design, it will be in a channel 4521. And this combination itself gives us some interesting themes also to consider, to contemplate on. Because 45 is the key that moves from hierarchy, from the dominance, to synergy. And we can see that when we are in a dominance and in hierarchical model of life on organizational basis of organizing the society, then we have a lot of control, because those who are on the top controls those who are on the bottom. But when we are in synergy and we in a synergy, then it creates absolutely another way of organizing the life in the society, and it creates absolutely different flow. So how we can move, how we can create a synergy within ourselves and then create it outside in the world that we all need right now, but we can see it's a hard journey because we used to think from fear, from control, from gaining the most resources as possible, and then holding into them, controlling them. That's all. This key is connected of, let's say, the shadow will play out in how I control my territory. So my first territory is my body. So the mind comes and it says, I need to control. I will not listen what's happening. I will not be attentive to the needs of the body, but I will control and I will tell what to do. I will force the body. I will make the body kind of serve me. And of course, then I will protect it. Then my next territory is my relationship, the family, then, for example, my country. And it's all about controlling your territory. And in the shadow, you can become possessive. about your territory. And then it creates all the questions when you can't trust one another, you can't, we can't be open, we can't open our borders, let's say, even in an intimate relationship, we're afraid to let go of the control because we're afraid to trust. So this is the issue of trust also will be present here, because control cannot trust it. As I said, this combination of 45 and 21, the channel that's in human design. This is not program partner. Program partner is another key I will describe, but if we look from what is the channel, how energy flows from 45 till to 21. 45, this is in a throat, and 21, this one in an ego center in human design. So it's will, it's the ego. It's the one that controls. It's the one that creates a direction. It's the one that says, I can do it and make sure that it's going to do it. Or it say, I can't and give up. So this week is going to be tested. We're going to be tested with the questions, do we control too much and we don't listen to inner self, to inner voice, to inner authority, and we just let, let's say, our mind fully control our life or what's going on in the world or the government? Like we let ourselves to be victim, basically, of those who control, even if this is our own mind. This is mostly the case. Or we try to control others as well, or we, in fact, can create a right discipline and right structure for energy to flow. Or maybe we opposite, we don't have enough control, we don't have enough discipline. We just very always like spontaneous and in a flow, and then nothing is working. So in fact, as I'm right now in Bali, and I can see here how this dynamics in dams play out, because there's a lot of water and it's also very hot. So in fact, if you want to make something happen here, you need to have a strong discipline. Otherwise, things will not go anywhere. So the discipline here is a case. So if you have, for example, a vision of something and you're focusing on in your life, that this week will be tested how much discipline you can create to make this vision happen. And or if you were too much, let's say, disciplined, you too much were in the control, how much you can let go and when you can let go, so you can also invite the spontaneous energy to flow. The one part of the shadow would be a person who is submissive. And submissive means that I don't trust myself, my inner authority. So then I'd rather give this authority, give this energy to somebody else. I'd rather just will follow somebody else's agenda, and I will not even try to look within or to find what really creates passion in me, what really drives me. I would rather just kind of be asleep and will give my authority away, because I think that this is just normal. This is how everybody lives. Or we will find this inner strength, this inner authority, and we will, let's say, fight for what matters in our life for us, and we will not give up. This is also a key, that asking us a question of being committed to our path and not giving up. Even if sometimes you might see that circumstances, let's say, are not helpful, but this key has this courage and this energy that helps to go through and help to create this breakthrough instead of breaking down. So let's, if you have a tea or something, maybe you can have a cup, or you can just have a moment of meditation and healing into yourself and into your body. feeling into what the control is, where is the tension in your body. And it's all about tension, because if we have too much tension in our system, then it's like we don't feel ourselves. We will just go directly to the mind, and only through the mind we try to figure out life. But if we don't have any tension, say our muscles are very weak, then we don't have also strength. Our body becomes very weak. So again, it's about the right balance. And the programming partner of 21 gene key is 48. And 48 is a key of wisdom. And it's the shadow of inadequacy. And this is a big part of feminine energy. So we can see also here how the energy works, and how we can trust the wisdom. Because wisdom is not something that you learn from the school or from university or from somewhere else. The wisdom is that connection to inner source. And when you are in alignment and when you tune into that, then you can always receive right messages and right guidance. So your wisdom will help you to create a path. And the 21st gene key will create the right discipline for you to make sure that you live in your wisdom, and that, for example, you build in something like your dream that this wisdom is bringing to you. And in the shadow, it's inadequacy. It's a fear to trust your own wisdom because, oh, what if I will look weird? It's a victim of being weird, look weird. Oh, what if I will look weird? What if like nobody will understand me, or they will judge me, or these kind of questions. So we can be asked here of how much we can trust ourselves and trust the life and trust this wisdom that speaks silent voice. It doesn't speak very loud, but when wisdom comes, then we need the right structure to make sure that we're gonna build it, we're gonna make it happen. And I love also the metaphor for this key. That's in fact will be in a Siddhi, but I just want to bring it now already. That it's like a shaman, or it's like this key, this Siddhi especially. It's like you have a sword. You've been given a sword in the beginning of your life, but the sword was rustic, and it was not really polished. It was not sharp. And your journey of life, if to polish this sword, is to make it sharp and is to learn how to use it. And this sword is that also inner authority inside of you, this inner guidance. And in fact, this is, if we look, for example, in human design, this is all what the system is teaching me, the inner guidance, the inner authority. That's one of the first things about what is my inner authority and how I can make decisions based on my inner authority. That different people have different types of authority. For example, I'm emotionally generated, and I have emotional authority. And sacral emotional authority, that means that I need always a time to feel what is really right for me. My feeling, my like kind of energy response in the moment doesn't mean that this is right for me. I need to wait for a certain period of time until I will have a clarity. And my partner, for example, he has the sacral authority. His emotional center open. That means that his authority comes in the moment. And he knows his body. It's like an inner authority that tells you straight away. And when we know, for example, how our inner authority works, we can also better learn how to navigate ourselves and then how to create harmony with others. Because, for example, with me, I know that I need to wait. Of course, sometimes I also can feel my intuition and feel in the moment. But with some big decisions, I know that I have to wait. And I was practicing that in the beginning of my journey when I just found human design. And before I was consulting, of course, I was learning a lot and space from the inner alchemy. And I was learning, I was practicing what this emotional authority means. What does it mean to wait? And I found out that if something tried to rushes me and tries to make me a rush decision, but I don't feel yet the clarity inside, then most likely it's not for me. Because if something that's really for me in my life and that's the right decision, it will wait time. I will have time to feel the clarity. But if there's no time for clarity, then means, and if I don't feel I have a clarity yet, then I just don't make this decision. I said I need to wait, for example. If some person can't accept it, then it means it's not right alignment. Because my authority works like this. And it's different for different people based on also like your type, for example, and other things. But this is a human design perspective. I'm just sharing one spectrum, let's say, of all variety of spectrums, how we can look at life. But it can be quite helpful to understand what is your inner authority, so you can know how better to guide yourself in life. And how to also accept others, because sometimes we kind of, our mind normally think that the others are same as us. And if I think like this, if I act like this, it means that everybody should be the same. But in fact, we're different. And how we can respect the difference, this is also the journey here. And shadow of control, it can't respect it. It's because for the control, the difference means that you can't control it, you can't take advantage of it. But for the gift level, there is no problem in this. You can, in fact, the more you are in your inner authority, the more it inspires others to connect to their authority. The more you start to guide others, not from fear, but from trust, love, and respect. Because this key, it has this power to guide others. It has this energy to create a direction. It has this energy to, in a way, take a control of something, to organize something, to make it move, let's say like this, to be a captain on the ship. But how we do this, that's a question. Because on a shadow level and in ourselves and in society, we do it from fear and from control, from disempowering others, manipulating basically, and taking their power away to make sure that they're going to do what we need. We don't think how they need, do they need or not, does it serve them or not. We kind of try to project our will onto others, and make them do it. When in a gift level, it's a different picture, because we are thinking of the needs of others. We are, for example, thinking of the needs of collective. We are thinking how we can better support and what is the better vision that we can create for all of us, not just for my own benefit and me having most resources, but for everybody. And I think, especially in this global events right now, this theme of resources is very relevant. And this key is telling us, well, who is controlling resources, and this fear of losing the resources. I'm thinking, oh, then I need to control more, but it kind of initiates us to think differently. It initiates us to find the authority, and it initiates us not only thinking of how to gain more and protect, but in fact, how to operate through synergy. And this we will explore with you in the gift level of this key. And yes, the gift. And so the gift of authority. And let's just close our eyes for a second and feel into where is inside of you the authority. What does it mean to be in authority, to live from your inner authority? The messages coming through. The gecko, Bali.
Greeting.
And yeah, finding this authority within your body and connect with it. And feel how you can be guided all the time. You don't need to rely on external forces. You can just be you. And there is this strength and power with the direction of your spirit, the guidance of your spirit that is carving the path if you're listening, if you allow yourself to receive this message with wisdom. You can open your eyes or stay with eyes closed if you want. I want to continue the sharing about this key that it creates a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to live from inner authority. It's a very, let's say, courageous jinki. It's an inner warrior. Physiologically, there's also connection with the heart and how heart pumps blood. Your inner authority is here also to pump this blood into your body so you are alive and you can make happen your dreams come true, the changes. You, in a way, here also to go beyond the known to the unknown. You are becoming a shaman with this jinki. This is more when we will go to the Siddhi. But speaking still more from a gift level, is that the courage here is within, and you need to find this courage to trust this inner voice and inner guidance, no matter what other people saying, maybe your partner, your friends, your society, your parents. Because if there is a voice of spirit in you, and of course you need to know how to connect with your spirit as well, first of all, so not you will mix it with some entities or different beings, but you will make sure you really connect with your spirit. But with this case, I would say that the guidance in your life that comes from your spirit, that's in fact possible to do through connection with higher self. I'm doing these practices for people if somebody's interested, where I can help to connect with higher self, and through that being able to receive these messages directly and clear the distortion that prevent you from connection to higher self. But some people, they do it through intuition. They do it through asking the intuition and wisdom. We have this our own kind of ways of connecting, and the thing is that people don't know when we're in this gift with a shadow, that because we're not connected with ourselves, we think that the solution's outside. When something happening, we go outside for answers, when it's all within. And when you develop this capacity to ask yourself to go within, to connect with your spirit, with your intuition, then you can always be guided. And your spirit or your intuition can always show you the best way, your inner authority. And then you don't need to every time ask others, ask what to do and give your authority away. In fact, you can be connected with your authority. You can be guided through your inner authority. You can be an example for others of being the light of this authority and helping then others to connect. And then people listen to you, not because they controlling you, or sorry, not because you're controlling them, not because you try to be in charge, not because you try to put your will onto others, but they listen because they feel authenticity and because your presence or your guidance is helping them to connect with their authenticity and with their inner authority. So this is what is the gift of this key. The authority and guidance, and then you can create structures, create society that works on synergy instead of hierarchy and dominance. Create a path where you guide it, you can guide others as well to their inner truth. And the interesting thing here is that to let go the control, the authority, sorry, to come to inner authority, you first need to let go of the control. Because control is what prevents you from trusting. It says you that only mind knows the truth. But when we really start to listen inwardly, then our heart can tell us the truth. Our heart becoming guidance, sharing with us guidance all the time. And then something interesting happens. You're realizing that you can live in the same world, in the same kind of circumstances, but you experience it differently, and your spirit creates for you different results, and you always feel still safe and protected. Your spirit is guiding you, or even if you're going through some crisis, you're going through sort of lesson. For example, you developing courage, or you developing resilience, or you learning to trust your spirit no matter what, because the different challenges can happen. But it's more about how we deal with these challenges, how we process these challenges, and how we can still trust our spirit in these hard times and not go back into the mind authority, but stay rooted in the heart authority. And through that, we are becoming an example. And this example is inspiring others as well to create a path that is to create a path of spirit, and to create a path of synergy, to create a path where we can be one and we can help one another instead of separating, and instead of creating division, and instead of one person tries to control everybody. But yeah, that's a huge change, a huge shift for humanity to happen. But let's have a hope for the better future. And feel like it's also awakening the Manipura, the solar plexus, the sun within. And this is the key that, as I said, it's how we're using the sword, our inner sword. Can we polish it? And can we learn to hold it, but not to kind of create too much tension, but how to hold it, how to use it, this sort of inner authority, of this inner guidance. This is what this jinki is about. And then you activating a power that can create huge changes in life. This is what we call the Valour, the Siddhi of this jinki. And so that coming into the Siddhi, the Valour, it's a very interesting word. It's more like an old word, like more from elder times. We don't use much this word now, not nowadays. It connects me, and in fact, it's the description of this key with the symbol, with the archetype of night. So I want you to feel and to think about this. Who's the night? What is the archetype of the night? What maybe memories you have about this? Is the night is somebody who served the truth, served the queen? But then a question, where a queen serves, but That's another question. Let's take the archetype of Queen as Divine Feminine and the knight that is serving that archetype. If you will contemplate enough on this metaphor, then you will know what the Valour is. Because to serve the Divine Feminine, you need to have a lot of valor. You need to have a lot of courage. You need to know how to use this sort of determination and discernment and authority. And this key is very rich. It's very poetic, and it will take you on a journey. And this week might take you on a journey. It might bring out some of your deepest fears. It might make you face the fear of death. Because to activate the potential of this key, you have to become shaman. You have to go through the portal of death. And when you make enough times this travel, let's say like this, to the unknown and back to known, the mysterious, and then back to known, to the human, and then back to mysterious, and you made this journey enough times, you become a shaman, the one who stands 1 feet in the kind of normal world, let's say, and the 1 feet he stays in the spiritual world, in the what is unseen. So this is what this jinki is about. Because we can't operate truly from the authority if we try to make decisions only from seeing what is visible, what is outside, only from using our 5 senses, let's say this. Because there are 6 senses, because there is a higher senses that also telling us a lot of information. It's just normally we close from them. And in fact, because we close from them, we don't receive enough guidance, and we feel lost, and then we feel we need to control, or we need authorities that will tell us what to do because we don't know. But if we would really connect with the strengths within us and with this inner guidance, then we would feel that there is a lot of, let's say, subtle information that we're seeing. And this is how the life is guiding us. This is what helping us to grow, to expand, and this is what helping us to go beyond their what is seen to the unseen. And in the world of unseen, there is a different language. There is a language of feelings. There is a language of these metaphors. You can't rely anymore on your normal way of kind of operating with reality. And with the Siddhi of Valour, as I said, your courage will be tested. Your determination to the truth within you, or the truth of what you hear creating, what you want to bring into the world, will be tested. How much do you believe in it, and how much you're ready to fight for it? To fight not in a sense of like war, but fight for with your own doubts, with your own shadows, to transmute them, let's say like this, to not rely on the external, but create this path that even bigger than you. Because if we say when you surrender to mission, you surrender to something that is bigger than just you, just your identity. And when this happens, it's like your cells, they start to operate on absolutely another level. This is what we call synergy. Because your cells, they are now working in a harmony, in a melodic rhythm with the cells of universe, with the cell of higher beings that's supporting us to create and build what we're here to create. That's why you never feel lonely anymore. That's why you never feel lost. Because your cells, they are operating in harmony with, let's say, the cells of the universe, the bigger body of the whole universe, the whole existence. And in fact, only in that level you can really change something. Only in that level of awareness you can really create something. Before that, it's all just like patterns and mind things when you think you're doing something like for others, but it's still your own ambitions or your own desires or your own things. But when you move to that level, to that higher level, when your cells one is in resonance with, let's say, divine cell, with the universe, universal cells, and you see that in fact it's one, and it's a symphony playing between them. It's a whole orchestra, the whole melodies, in fact, for Jinki of synergy, synergy and synergy as a 45 Jinki Siddhi. So that's we see this melodies, this orchestra, how it's playing, and the new ways opening for us that we didn't see before, that they were not available on the previous level of our consciousness. You know how I like this quote that said that your answer for your question or like your something you're going through right now, the answer is always on the next level of your evolution. For example, if your problem is here, the solution is there. You can't find solution here. So why you have to expand, you have to go to another level. That's why sometimes people go to like therapists or people who have clairvoyance to receive the answer, because you can't receive it here. It's not exist. Because here you reached a limit of yourself, your mind. And that's only like confusion or something. There is no answer here. That's why you need to move beyond, maybe through meditation, when you empty your mind and your awareness increases and it goes higher. That's why when we are, let's say, in the shadow, there's no solutions there. There's only more doubts and confusion. That's why first we need to expand and move to another level. And then we can see what is the right thing. Then we can see the answer. And then we will need a Valour to go through this path, because the Valour means that we don't give up. We don't give up maybe when we want to, maybe when it looks like nothing is working and it's just like turbulence and nothing is supporting you, but your spirit still tells you to do, because it's testing this Valour inside of you, it's testing the sword, because and when you polished it and when you're ready to use it, then you become an embodiment of that. And you will have to go a lot of times through this. There's a portal of death, portal of transmutation, letting go of yourself, letting go all what you thought you are, surrendering to the unknown, and then bringing it back into life and going through this mysterious process. That's what the Valour is. It's a very mysterious city, as all cities, but this one especially. So make sure this week that you have the sword and you know how to use it. Or be ready for the tests of life that will provoke you and will make sure that you can use it. And let's have a moment of meditation to feel this energy. And just come into your body. You might want to move a bit, to stretch if you need. Feel your body. Feel your hips, your spine, your head, your feet, your root system, and the energy, how it's going down to the core of the earth. You breathing out everything that doesn't serve you anymore. You breathe in the energy of Mother Earth that helps you to expand, to feel yourself, feel alive in your own body, and relaxed and peaceful. And then you also connect with Father Sky, and you see the energies going down into your crown, from the center of the universe into your crown. Through the spine, down to the earth. There is a light in your heart and rainbow sphere around you. You connect with your angels, archangels, with enlightened masters, with the keepers of time and keepers of karma, with your soul and with the Jinkies field, and connect with the shadow. 21st Jinki of control. Where is it? Where is it in your body? Feel it. And all the sensations, emotions, maybe some thoughts that come in. Feel it and let it be. Bringing your love and awareness and your presence into these feelings. Breathing through it. Maybe feeling some memories, some emotions. Letting it all pass through you. And you can say, I accept all my feelings, all emotions, and all the memories the way they are. I accept that they serve the purpose. And I can let it go and claim back my authority. You can invite contracts and subconsciousness beliefs that keeps you in the shadow, in any of the polarities of the shadow. Either you're too much controlling, or you are submissive and you don't control nothing, you don't have any discipline, you don't create anything. You avoid responsibility. Invite this contract, that subconsciousness beliefs to appear in front of you, like documents in a paper, and see them and feel them. Maybe you will just feel, or maybe you will also see what is written there. And then you can try to cancel it. Even if you don't see what is written, if it's just energy. you still imagine that on the right bottom corner, you are writing down 3 times, cancelled, cancelled, cancelled. Cancelled your sign, cancelled your sign, cancelled your sign. Seeing if you can see what you're canceling or just feeling the energy. And tear it into small pieces and give back to purple violet flame. Let it burn and let it be released also from your body. And invite more contracts, more beliefs. Maybe some memories will come, maybe some feelings. Be present with everything. If you need at any time to put hands on your heart, on your chest, on your belly, whatever parts of your body that needs attention, you can do it. Imagining and feeling the healing energy going through your hands to these parts of your body. Releasing another contract. Again, right bottom corner, you write down 3 times, cancelled, cancelled, cancelled. And if you have any memories, also just stay present with it. And when you cancel, you bring these contracts into purple violet flame. First, you tear it apart in small pieces and give it to purple violet flame. And if there is any parts of your soul that you need to bring back to yourself, you can do it right now by your intention, by breathing it in, the crystals of your soul. Maybe there are some more contracts you need to release. Maybe there were some forces, some egregore, something that you've been serving before in your past. And you need to also release it, let it go, remove these contracts. Maybe you were a priest, or maybe you were in a war, maybe you were a general, maybe you were in any kinds of organizations or something where you did a big job, where either you served or you controlled or you've been controlled by, in any case, it doesn't serve you anymore. Maybe there were times where you cursed yourself, said, I'm not going to believe my power anymore because I did something wrong, I did a mistake. So release it all, give it back to purple flame. On the right bottom corner, you write down 3 times, cancelled, cancelled, cancelled with your sign. And give it back to purple, violet flame, back to source. And the energy releasing to the source, and that pure energy going back into your heart. Nourishing your energy system. And bring the crystals of all your soul from all the past lives where you left your power, where you forget yourself. And you feel how the more you're doing it, the more there is a crystal that's shining in your heart, the crystal of your authority. The crystal of yourself, of your heart, of your soul. Feel this authority, how it feels, how it looks like for you. What does it mean to live from inner authority? Where then the guidance come to you through you? What does this authority looks like? in your heart. Feel what the inner guidance is telling you right now. Expand your heart. And then feeling slowly how energy moves into the Siddhi of Valour. From the heart even higher up. But also you're receiving this energy and it's going through your energy system, your channels, your nadis, and you merge with it. You bring it down into your body. You let yourself become a Valour, be a Valour. And receiving this guidance, this energy, these feelings, whatever comes through you right now. Feel the Valour. How it moves through you. Feel the sword shining bright. That's ready to cut through illusions. The shining light of your divine self. And just stay for a couple of minutes in this energy, in silence, in stillness. And make 3 deep breaths. Breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your mouth. And bring your palms into Namaste position in front of your heart. Rub your palms. And put in your face. Other parts of your body, they need attention. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you for watching it. You can share your feelings, your questions here in the comments. If you want to receive a private reading for your personal chart, you can also message me and I will send you a guidance, a way how to do this. You can check my website as well, and see you next time for the next Jinky.